to bring in my colleague Sneha, because Sneha, you have been covering a lot of these cases and the country is watching. It's extremely concerning to watch many of those videos online, a groom on the horse at his wedding, dying due to a cardiac arrest, someone in the gym, someone on the road, someone who's dancing, and they're young, they're very, very young.
Yes.
The talking point, of course, of what we can do, especially like in Shefali Jariwala's case, in Siddharth Shukla's case, they're young, they're 40, 42, maintain their bodies well, but unfortunately their lives end like this. Sneha.
Suisha, that's a very good question that you asked, because I like the fact that you said you maintain your body well, but I'm wondering how many of those people who are hitting the gym every day are also getting regular body checkups done.
Yeah.
So important, to get yourself checked very regularly. I can't stress enough on this. Remember, there are just so many people who succumb to cardiac arrest, to heart ailments, and many cases have been found where arteries have been clogged. And that is something that can be, in fact, diagnosed very quickly with a basic checkup that is done. I also want to use this opportunity today to tell everyone who's listening that the government of India incentivizes regular body checkups. So if you're getting a body checkup done, you're also getting an incentive from the government. So there is absolutely no reason why a basic health checkup, after the age of 30 can't be done. One of the guests on the panel mentioned rightly that just because you're looking a certain way, you have abs or you have biceps or your triceps look good doesn't mean that you're healthy. It's very important to be healthy from the inside, from, more than from what it appears in the outside. And also mental health, something that we need to touch upon. In the case of this actor, essentially actor Shefali, who's passed away, the fact of the matter is that she's also a person, also a patient of epilepsy. And you could also, in fact, check with the doctors on the panel on how sudden, deaths associated with epilepsy are actually, I won't say very common, but it happens. This essentially is also a case that reflects upon underlying healthcare conditions like epilepsy that the actor in question, the victim in question, has also spoken about. Her struggles with epilepsy is something that she has spoken about in the past as well. So I think that needs to be underscored. I can't stress enough on the importance of regular health checkups that need to be done. Also, in fact, doctors would agree on the panel that, for the longest time, India has been considered as the diabetes capital of the world. In the last 10 years, I'd like to say, the data from the government of India shows that obesity rates have also increased. Now, diabetes, which is a lifestyle condition, type 2 diabetes is, type A, of course, is, type 1, of course, is an autoimmune disorder. But type 2 diabetes and obesity, the dual burden of this is increasing in India. Lifestyle diseases are increasing. Many questions are being raised, and at the outset, I
Right.
want to say that I might just get so many brickbats for this, that the link with COVID vaccine has not been established. However, the link with COVID and myocarditis has been conclusively established. Essentially, COVID has affected us in more ways than one, and we may find out about this in years to come. Research, of course, is underway, but definitely there is a link with COVID and the kind of impact it's had on our heart health.
Yeah,
Shesha.
very pertinent points you've made, and I'd like to take that bit by bit with the doctors who are with us on the panel this evening. Dr. Ranjan, if I could come to you on Shefali Jariwala's case. The fact that she has spoken about her health condition, depression, epilepsy. Now, netizens are connecting the two. You as a doctor, put that into perspective on how it could have led to what happened, or it did not.
So, epilepsy and this cardiac arrest are fairly different diseases. She was suffering from epilepsy and she was on a good treatment, which is a neurological disease. What I would like to stress again is all these medical conditions are interlinked. If you do not have good lifestyle, lack of sleep, excess of stress can always lead to more neurological problems, more chances of you having an epilepsy. For an epileptic patient, it becomes very important, not only drugs, but it also becomes important that we make sure that we have enough sleep, we eat good food, and we are able to take care of our health. And that health includes mental health as well. One of our people on this panel said mental health is one thing which we are not looking at. It's a huge thing. We need to make sure mental health. Second, I would also like to emphasize that people, a lot of our youngsters are going to the gym, they are doing all kind of exercises. but we still do not know their heart conditions. We need to have an underlying cardiac profile done before anybody hits the gym. We are running across, we are doing high treadmill, high activity scale exercises where do not know. There are so many conditions in a cardiac problem where you can have a sudden cardiac arrest by a tremendous or excessive exercise. So underlying cardiac evaluation needs to be done. And most of the people who are hitting the gym are on high protein supplements as well, which is not
Right.
helping them. So these changes need to be done, especially in youngsters. These are some things which can completely make sure that you can avoid such situations.
Very true, very true. Dr. Samir Gupta, if I could come to you on this, early warning signs that one can probably recognize, any specific health checkups that one can do to know if one is likely at risk or not?
Yeah, so it's important to get yourself tested regularly. Get your blood pressure checked. Nowadays blood pressure machines are automatic, so there's really no excuse for not checking your blood pressure. Having a blood pressure machine at home, just like it is having a thermometer at home, where you check your temperature if you have a fever or not. Get your cholesterol checked. Get your diabetes checked. Do you have diabetes or not? These are some very simple, very common risk factors that are out there for you to for you to get yourself tested. It's also important to remember that the usual learning that we have, the common man, the way he or she perceives a heart disease or a heart attack, is that I'm having this chest discomfort on the left side of my chest, and that's when I know I'm having a heart attack. But it's important to remember that a lot of people, and especially women, they have what we call atypical symptoms of heart disease and heart attacks. So they may not really have that classic left-sided chest discomfort that you see in movies. Sometimes they may have pain going into the neck. They may have pain going into the arm. They may pass out. They may have a little bit what commonly patients complain of ghabrahat. So, that could be an alter in the heartbeat or a sensation like that. Sometimes people complain of pain as a band across the chest. So that is also a risk. That is also sometimes atypical symptoms of chest of a heart attack. So it's important to keep a note of all these things. And if you are feeling something like this, if you're not able to walk that much, if you're getting short of breath early compared to what you were maybe a little while back, then it's important to go to a doctor, get yourself tested, and take the adequate treatment for it.